Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Chanel Plus 4. And of course, my name is Chanel if you're new here. But today is gonna be a story time. My first ever story time at that. Because I never did one before. But I've been on YouTube and I've been seeing people do little story times, and I thought it was so cute. So I'm like, let me do one. But any hoodles, I got some tea here, some piping hot tea. No, but bro, I got some tea, and this one is the mint tea. I got some mint tea here. It's hot. It's hot where I'm at. It's hot in the desert. Ooh, but I got the air on. But it's more time, and I need some tea. Kind of get my throat together. You know, tea has wonderful benefits too, may I add. But anyways, so today's story time or whatever like that is gonna be about the time when I had a baby low-key stalker. y'all. And it wasn't like he was a stalker, but just the whole situation was crazy. Girl, it'd just be like, don't pick nobody up in nobody's club. Them guys is not it. They're not it. And that is really what I'm gonna say to that. But yeah, let's get into it. So, where to start? So I'm gonna with my homegirl or whatever, and this is before BC, okay? And if you don't know what BC is, this is before Christ. So let me add that disclaimer in here now before you get to judging, okay? But nah, so it was before Christ, and yes, I'm still with my husband, but he was out doing his thing, and at that time, I just was like really at a point like where I was like, it was a lot of stuff going on in our marriage. He wasn't faithful. He wasn't taking care of my needs. And I just was like, I'm done. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. And I really told him, I was just like, you can do you. I'm going to do me. We can live in the same house and keep space for the kids, but we're not together and I'm about to do me and you do you. And that's what I told him. I guess the man didn't think I was serious, but I was serious. I was dead serious. Because at that time I believed it's not like I believed, like I knew that, marriage is supposed to be sacred or whatever the case may be. But I was just in a vulnerable place, not feeling wanted. And the person who was supposed to be showing me what I was supposed to be feeling wasn't doing it. So I need some ice cubes. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I had to put some ice cubes because I don't know about y'all. I don't like piping hot tea because it burns my tongue. I like it to be just hot enough where I can drink. And I did the trick. Nice, did the trick. Okay. I forgot where I left off. But I think I just was saying I was in a place of I wanted to feel wanted and he wasn't doing it, so I was behind it. And I really didn't have any conviction about it because I wasn't in my word, I wasn't in the Bible, I wasn't going to church. Did I have college friends? I had friends that was in church, but when you live in your life, what they got to say gonna change what you doing. It's not until you gather and gain your own conviction and get in the word for yourself. So bam, disclaimer. When I went with one of my homegirls or whatever, I went to this, was it like, it was a club in Hollywood, but it was like reggae night. It was like reggae night we went to. And she be knowing a lot of promoters, so we had like got in or whatever the case may be. And it was cool, but I didn't want a dirty one all night. So I think midway, maybe like 1 something, we left. And we was about to walk and go to like, it was like this wing spot. Like right down the street. The wings was good. I can't even remember the name. I don't even know if it was still there, but it was like a little wing spot. And we was just gonna go. So as I was walking towards the wing spot, the dude had stopped me or whatever the case may be. And we was talking, blah, blah, blah. We exchanged numbers. And he was like, oh, text me tonight when you get home so I know you made it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I texted him when I got home, let him know I made it. He probably was still out because we ate the wings and I went home. And so did she. So I texted him when I got home or whatever, and I was like, I made it. And he was like, all right, good night, sweetie, blah, 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 blah. So later on, as we talking or whatever, he was like, oh, I was actually in the club. Because I thought he was on his way to the club. Because, like, I thought we passed each other. I thought I was going this way and he was coming that way, but I really don't remember because it was a minute ago. Basically because I wasn't married at the time. So, I mean, I was married at the time. I'm not now. So, it was a minute ago. And, so I thought he passed me, but I don't know. When I was talking on the phone with him, he was like, no, I was actually in the club and I seen you was leaving. He was like, oh, I was going to talk to you at first or whatever, but you was with your homegirls and your thing or whatever. And then I seen you was leaving. So I was like, man, I got to go get her before, you know, he felt like he missed his opportunity or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we talking. Conversation is cool. And then I come out, he a Leo like me. And I be along with Leos, okay? Because why? We best. No, I ain't gonna play our other sides like that, but we are pretty awesome. Anyways, so I get along with Leos for the most part, right? And to be honest, I never dated a fellow Leo. No, never. But anyway, so okay, sorry about that. It died. My battery died, so I had to switch it out. But okay, so yeah. Anyways, so like I was saying, I never dated a fellow Leo, and I thought he was cool. So we vibing, we talking on the phone, and then he asked me out on a date. So where we go? We went to BJ's, which was cool. At first, I didn't really like BJ's because they don't really have like a lot to choose from to me. Like most of their food is on one, and I don't really like pizza, so whatever. So when we went, I think I got a salad. I didn't even get no alcohol because basically I wasn't trying to be in his pockets like that, right? And he was already telling me some troubles he was having or whatever, and how he had his daughter. I don't know if he had his daughter full time or what. Anyways, I know he had his daughter a lot and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to be like greedy and being on this man's pockets. And so I went after work, met him, and I think I got a salad, a drink, like a regular drink, not an alcoholic drink. I wasn't trying to be in the man's pocket. Like, I was gentle, right, on his pockets. The date went cool. I liked that he was taller than me. You know, conversation was nice. Like, everything was cool. And I was feeling him. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling him. So, he walked me to my car after the date. you know, he asked me if he can give me a kiss. He hugged me, and then he seen me on my way. And, you know, we was just talking. And, like, cool after that or whatever. Mind you, I was still living with my ex-husband. We weren't sleeping in the same room now, but we were still living together. And, and I had 4 kids at the time, so it was like I didn't really have a lot of time to give him, like, but we talked often. And I told him my situation. I told him where I was at with it. I told him, like, I was very truthful with him. I told him that, you know, I'm still married, about to go through a divorce. At this time, no, I was still married, but, you know, we not together. And I was telling him that he still lived with me. It's just easier for us to save face for the kids because I wasn't going through a divorce at this time. And yeah, it's just easier for us to save faces with the kids or whatever the case may be, like that. So that was that. So then what happened? Oh, okay. So then one time we was about to get together, and this was before I was going on a trip. I was going on a trip in Vegas, and this was like in December, so it was right around Christmas. It was right around the trip I was going to because my friend's birthday is in December, and so I had a lot of stuff going on or whatever. But he was having a hard time, like some stuff wasn't going his way at court, and I was feeling bad. And you know, I'm talking to him, right? We building, and so I'm like, of course, like I'm gonna, you know, look out, try to make your day easier, whatever. So I'm like, how about I come over? Was I gonna cook for him? No, I was gonna go over his house. Maybe I was gonna cook for him. I can't think if I was gonna cook for him or get some food, buy some food, okay? And ladies, this is how you know somebody. Ladies and men, okay? This is how you know somebody when you go to their house. When you go to their house, you get to see the real them, okay? The real them, for real. So, anyways, so I was gonna bring some food over. It was never in our plans to go out, but he like, why don't we go out or whatever the case may be. And I was like, all right, I had it, but I had other things I was doing. Like I said, I was going on a trip. It was Christmas, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, we can go out. That's fine. So I had enough to like go out. It was okay. I wasn't like tripping, right? So we go out to, where did we go? I don't know. I can't remember. He picked the restaurant, but it was like a Chili's or Applebee's. Like, I really can't remember. It wasn't nothing like major because, like I said, I was supposed to like bring in takeout. Okay, that was supposed to be the thing. We were supposed to chill, watch movies, bring in takeout, whatever. So we went to like Applebee's or Chili's or whatever the case may be, and it was cool. I treated. Okay, this is where it got wrong. Okay, I buy me a drink, right? I buy me a drink. And at first he like, oh no, I'm not gonna drink or whatever the case may be. Like, no, I'm not gonna drink. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna give me a little drink or whatever. Take the edge off of working all dang week, right? So I'll give me a drink. I get the food that I want. He get the food that he wants. So what rubbed me the wrong way even is like how he tried to sneak order the stuff. Okay, so he ordered his main course, right? Then I guess he wanted something extra. Like, he's tall, he wasn't fat, but he was like buff. Like, he wasn't like Biggie, you know what I'm saying? But he was like you know, he had a nice size on or whatever. So I could see you a man who likes to eat. Sorry. Sorry about that. My friend is having a baby, and I was just trying to get to the bottom of it, making sure she's in labor right now. But anyways, so okay, yeah, it was the way he ordered it. So he was like, he ordered the main course or whatever the case may be, and he was like, "Can I get some? Can I get some on the side?" Like that, and I was looking like, okay. Fine. I already been tripping if he wanted the soup, but I felt like he knew he was doing too much. Like, cause he ordered like this big meal, then you order like the soup on the side, and that's fine. But it was the way you did it, which the way how you ordered it let me know that you knew you was doing too much, and you still went ahead on and took advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because if you felt like it was cool, you wouldn't have to like. Soup on the side. Like, you wouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, damn. So that's that. We eating, we chilling, we talking. I let that go. It wasn't a big deal or whatever, because if you're hungry, whatever. I said I was gonna treat. So at the end of it, I guess he getting more comfortable or whatever the case may be. He go ahead and order him alcohol beverage on my dime. And I was like, okay, do you, sir? Do you, sir? So he orders the alcohol beverage. At that, I'm like, okay. And it's not the fact that he ordered the alcohol beverage. It's just that you said you wasn't drinking at first. And then now all of a sudden you get more comfortable and you want to get more and more deeper into my pockets. But, okay. It is what it is. By the end of the outing, the date, I was turned off. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was turned off. And it wasn't what he ordered, it was how he did it that turned me off. If you was gonna drink, you should drink in the beginning. Like, it was just the way and how he went about things, and like how he was being sneaky with the order, which let me know that he was just doing, that he knew he was doing too much. You feel what I'm saying? And if you know you're doing too much and you still doing too much, it's too much. You feel me? So that was that, or whatever the case may be. And then we went back to his house. Okay, whatever. He bought some cheap bottle of wine. Okay, and maybe he didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping because maybe he didn't have it. I just was turned off. By the time we went back to his house, I was turned off. Okay, and yeah, so he tried to move, but I wasn't really feeling it because I was already turned off. Oh, and then when I got to the house, baby, when I said how they living, I'm like, these people must not never cook. It was like hoarder city. I don't know if he was a hoarder or his mom was a hoarder, because he stayed with his mom or whatever, or he she stayed with him, whatever. But the whole living room was full of stuff. The kitchen had stuff that wasn't supposed to be in the kitchen. It was stuff in the kitchen sink, okay? Like, stuff that wasn't supposed to be in the kitchen. It was like quarter city. And I was like, what in the world is going on here? So he, of course, didn't make any mention of his hoardiness that was going on in the living room and the kitchen. I get to his room. His room is kind of neat, so I'm guessing his mom was a hoarder. That's where I'm gonna take it at. His mom was a hoarder because his room was neat, put together. It was a hoarder, but I was turned off. Like I said, I was turned off. I was turned off by dinner. I was turned off by what I walked into. So when he tried to move, I really wasn't feeling it. So I went home. Mind you, he don't know where I live. Thank you, God. And I never let anybody know where I live because I still stayed with my ex-husband at the time. My husband at the time. You know what I'm saying? So No. So, I left, I went home, or whatever the case may be. And, what happened? Oh, so he was calling me, we was talking, he was calling me all weekend. And mind you, I was with my kids, and he was like, kind of like, being a little demanding, like, and like, I want to see you, this, and that. And I'm like, well, I kind of told you I was with my kids this weekend. And like, he was just like mad that I wasn't like really answering, like how he wanted me to. And I'm just like, look, I have my kids, okay? And I can't, I'm with them right now. So this is not the time. I can't, what was happening? No, it wasn't no holiday, because like I said, this was around Christmas. So the weekend passed, Monday coming around, right? I'm at work, and I was doing a medical billing, and I was doing like billing at this time. Like, I wasn't doing the I wasn't doing the collections portion of it. I was doing the billing. So I didn't have to like be on the phone to call any insurance companies. I just was like doing the billing or whatever the case may be, so I was able to talk to him. So I'm talking to him on the phone in my earpiece. We talking, he just giving small talk, and I think the situation like irritate me. It's very quickly to turn me off. So I was like kind of turned off, so I really just wasn't engaging. Here's where the kicker comes in. So he had legal problems, right? And he like, my mom wanted me to ask people, like, I can't remember if he put a number. Maybe he did, because I want to say he asked me for like $1,500 to like help him with his legal fees. I was like, well, you know, it's Christmas and I'm going on a trip and I have 3 kids. I don't know, let me get back to you, right? Hung up the phone. I blocked that man. I blocked that man from everything, okay?
And I
blocked him from, he wouldn't follow me on Facebook, but I found him on Facebook. I blocked him. I blocked him off my Snapchat at the time, because I don't have a Snapchat now, but I blocked him off Snapchat, Instagram, every platform, my phone, every platform that he can reach me, I blocked him. I wasn't having it. I was like, oh no, he did not. Girl, we ain't even been talking that long, okay? We ain't even been talking that long, and you already asking me for $1,500 for your legal fees? Like, what? I was like, and the fact that you gonna come to me talking about your mom was telling you to ask people, like, baby, I'm generous, right? And if I see a need, and if I see like someone is in trouble, like, I will offer to help if I feel the need to offer to help, right? But you're not going around asking somebody who you just met, okay, who you are trying to build a relationship with, to supposedly be in a relationship, for $1,500 for your legal fees, and you know I got 4 kids and it's Christmas time. Like, come on now, like, and we just met. You know what I'm saying? Like, we probably knew each other maybe like a month so far, and I was like, oh no, baby, no. Girls and guys, I don't know if y'all watching. I know guys watching, but anyways, when I freaking say this man was calling me from all types of numbers, but he stayed in Torrance, so I kind of knew the beginning of the Torrance numbers, so I wasn't answering them. But when I say he was calling my phone, like blowing my phone up, from the time I got off of work to about like 8 something at night, he was blowing my phone up from all types of Torrance numbers. And I was like, oh, this man is freaking crazy. Crazy, okay? Crazy. So, this went on for about a week. He was calling me from different numbers for about a week. The first day he called me like every hour on an hour from these different numbers that I wasn't answering. Then the next day, he like called me like periodically throughout the day. And I'm just like, oh my God, if I would have gave him some, if he would have knew where I lived, it would have been a different situation, like for real. So, okay. Fast forward. It's a Friday or a Thursday. It's one of those days. I'm in Vegas with my friend's birthday. I'm in Vegas. We pull it up to her friend's house. It's a 213 number, and it kind of looks like the same number like how my kids' school begins with. So I answer it. Wasn't my kid's school. It was him. Okay? It was him. He like, why you blocked me? I'm like, look, you just turned me off. You turned me off in a real way. You asked me for $1,500 for your legal fee. He was like, yeah, I kind of figured that was it. I was like, yeah, that was it. And also, I broke down to him about like what he did at the dinner that kind of turned me off. And he tried to explain like, oh, you know, I wasn't being sneaky. I was ordering woo woo. And he was like, only at first I wasn't gonna drink or whatever, but then I seen you got a drink, so I was like, well, I'm gonna loosen up with her and chill out too. So then I ordered me a drink or whatever the case may be. And then he was like, just explaining. He didn't really have an explanation, because what can you explain about asking me about $1,500 when you know I have 4 kids? You know it's Christmas time. That's crazy, right? So he didn't really like break that. He didn't really give me an explanation for that. He just was like trying to tell me like he's sorry, he wanted a chance, and he like, I'm like, look, I can't. I was like, it's really one and done for me. Like, if I see red flags, I'm like kind of cutting them. I'm not gonna do that. I said, if that's the case, to be dealing with this, I can stay with my baby daddy. Like, you know, I can stay with him. I can put up with his stuff to be dealing with this. Like, what? And he was like, no disrespect, but F your baby daddy. I don't care about him. I'm trying to be your man. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, So he was like, so here's what you're gonna do. You gonna unblock me on FaceTime, on Snapchat. You gonna unblock me on Instagram. And you gonna unblock my phone right now or whatever, because we finna talk. We finna be together. Woo, woo, woo. I was like, okay. I hung up off the phone. And that was the last conversation we had. I didn't answer no phone calls that I did not know. If I didn't know the number, I wasn't answering it. And I felt like if it's kids' school, it's emergency, they're gonna leave a number. They're gonna leave a message. Anybody who wanted to get to me and I did not know your number was not stored in my phone, you have to leave a message. If you didn't leave a message, it wasn't gonna get a call back, because I wasn't doing it. And yeah. So that is the story of my baby stalker. That's why I call it a baby stalker situation. But really, it could just really be, don't be a man in the club. That's all I would say. That is not the place to be the man, okay? Because there clearly be crazy ones out there. I mean, there's crazy ones everywhere, but that was to the extreme, okay? To the extreme. So I was thinking like, dang, if I would have gave that man some. So I'm glad it was where it was at, but he was freaking me out. It was just all kind of red flags, and I had to let that go. And that's what happened. He was very nice for the time being, but I'm glad his true colors came out quickly and I didn't have to waste no more time. And then he ended up knowing where I stay, and then would have went a whole nother route. Like, baby, a whole nother route. So that's my story time. Thank you for listening to my story time. Helping me finish my cup of tea. And if you like this video, please push the like button. Please push the like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Tell me your stalker stories too, if you ever dealt with one or whatever. Crazy, strange, you know. And please follow if you like what you see so far. Follow, hit the subscribe button. And yes, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.